Hi, Deneen Shoemaker with the 420 Minute. This week I want to jump right in to my verse, which is Matthew, the book of Matthew. So it's the first in the New Testament, and it's chapter 4. And I want to talk about the temptation of Jesus. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. For 40 days and 40 nights he fasted and became very hungry. During that time, the devil came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread." Now, obviously, the story goes on from there. And if you'd like more of the story, you can hit it in chapter 4. I want to stay right there. Chapter 4, verses 1, 2, and 3. If we look at this to begin with, we see then Jesus. So that automatically tells us that something happened in the verses up above where we're reading. So if we go kind of into those last couple verses of chapter 3, we read that Jesus had just been baptized by John the Baptist, and that as he was coming up out of the baptismal water, the Holy Spirit descended on Jesus like a dove and said, "This is my son, my dearly loved son, who brings me great joy." Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. Now it says that he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights and became very hungry. Yeah, I would say that would be an understatement. I'm very hungry after maybe one night or one day of fasting. So imagine how hungry Jesus must have been when the devil first came to him. Have you ever been that hungry? I want you to think about that for a minute, and we'll get back there in a second. So, the church that I attend, we do every week what's called a children's time. And that is where the littlest in the sanctuary can come forward and get a little blurb about kind of what the message is, but more on their level. So I'm watching the children's time today, and I'm watching in particular this one toddler, and she is adorable, and she's listening attentively. But what I love is that she was answering, and all of a sudden she would, hand something to the person who was giving the message, and just her little giggle, and all of the things that she was doing just reminded me that we're born knowing ourselves. In other words, this little one hasn't even seen enough in life to not know who she is. Does that make any sense? And some of us are raised in homes where, we are shamed. Our spirits are broken. We're held to unreasonable and abusive expectations. Many of us grow up in homes like these, and then we go into partnerships and marital situations or just relationships, whether it's friends or even work relationships, where we're kind of used to being shamed. We're used to being put down. We're used to no longer really knowing who we are. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I had really come to that point in my life a couple years back, where just a combination of my family of origin, the two marriages that I had chosen, just had really put me in a position where when the devil came to me, when I was very hungry, and said, "If you are ... I I didn't know how to answer the devil because I didn't know that I was a child of God. I didn't know that I was worthy of any good thing because life and people I had allowed them to beat me down so far. So today, my thought for you is you are a beloved child of God. And even if no one around you is helping you to see that truth, I'm telling you, it's the truth. And if you're in a spot in your life where you are hungry, it's not if, it's when the tempter's going to come to you. If you don't have a good sense of who you are, you're going to fall prey. It's just the way that it is. And my prayer for you today is that you will, in those moments when you're hungry, you will remember whose you are. You will remember that you are loved no matter what anyone in your life is telling you. You will know that you matter. And that, my friend, is how you fool the evil one. Jesus knew who he was. May we all know who we are. I'm just trying to help you live your best life now. If you like anything that I have said today, please please share with someone that you think needs this message today. It's the only reason I do it. This ain't no dress rehearsal, folks. Grace and peace.